are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. So I just first of all wanted to thank you for doing this.
Oh, no problem.
And I want to make sure that it's okay that my whole class sees it.
Yes, it's fine.
Okay, so I'm just going to ask you a few questions, try and get to know you a little bit. So first I want to know, where are you from?
I was born in Frankfurt, Germany, but I was raised in the U.S.
Oh, wow, that's
in
really
Florida.
interesting. So how did you end up in Germany? Are you German descent? Or?
No, my dad is in the military. He just got stationed over there
Oh, wow.
in the 90s.
How long did you live there?
I lived there until about 2000, and then my parents moved here.
Okay, so how old were you around that time?
I was born in 93, so about 6 or 7.
Oh, okay. So was the transition hard, switching from living in Europe to living in America?
It actually was. It was way different. Black people are seeing it way different overseas than they're seeing here. I remember, well, for one, I remember coming over here, and it was such a cultural shock. Like the first time I saw a yellow school bus, I was like excited, and then we get on the bus, and then I get called my first N-word, and so I didn't even know what the N-word meant. I had to go home and tell my parents, and they told me it wasn't a good thing, and so that's how far removed I was from society. Like whenever I got over here, it was totally different.
So what did you do to kind of make the transition go a little easier at such a young age?
Um, I guess you just there's nothing you can do. You can't stop being a kid in America. You know what I'm saying? And so I just lived and I grew. You know, I learned about perception, and I just learned how to work myself through it.
So where in America did you move to when you came from Germany?
A small town called Crestview. It's in between Panama City and Pensacola.
Oh, wow, that's really far away from Tampa. How'd you end up in Tampa?
Well, I work in marketing, and so I got a job in marketing, working with a technology firm. So that's what I'm doing now.
Is that a career choice of yours? Is that something you want to do like permanently?
Yeah, I actually like kind of fell into it because I was doing music at the time, and I was looking for a way to market myself, and I got really good at social media, and so companies just started hiring me to work their products and strategize their rollouts.
So you mentioned that you were doing music. What kind of music do you do?
I write like R&B, hip hop type things.
So you sing or you rap or
I'm a singer.
you're a singer? Are you
Yes.
trying to get signed or make that a career too?
No, I just want to write music, honestly.
So it's kind of like a hobby.
No. I want to write professionally. I don't want to be signed to do it. It's
Okay.
a different age.
Kind of like a freelance thing.
Yeah, kind of. I just want because when you're signed, it's like you give away a lot of equity, and black music is America's #1 export. Just think about it. We don't make anything else, but if you go around the world, you can be in Asia and they're going to be singing black music. And what's happening now is with the emergence of streaming audio, they're taking equity away from everyone. The labels are doing deals with the streaming companies and the advertisers just to make sure everyone's happy, but that's cutting the artist and the writer out of it. And so I just want to make sure I retain as much equity as possible. So I just work on building my own brand and making my own music. I'm self-contained, so the production deal wouldn't do anything for me. So that's just where I am now.
Have you gotten the opportunity to collaborate with anyone in doing that, or do you just kind of stay to yourself in it?
Last year I worked with Atlantic on a couple albums, but as far as writing goes, it's really like it's really just throwing things at a wall and seeing what's gonna stick. You never really know what's gonna end up on a record until it comes out. So there's a couple of those that are still gonna come out. So we'll have to see.
Wow, that's really cool. That's like a big opportunity that a lot of people probably don't get.
It's okay. It's got its ups and downs.
So back to Germany. Have you been to any other countries besides Germany?
When I was really young, we went to Spain. Well, no, we didn't go to Spain. My parents went to Spain before me, but I went to Amsterdam, which is in
Is
where
it
is Amsterdam?
Netherlands, Holland, I think?
Netherlands.
Something like that,
Yeah. Yeah. Went there. The Czech Republic. Went to a couple places I can't remember right now. But yeah.
Is there anywhere in particular that you're really interested in going in the future?
Oh, and I went to the UK recently. I don't know, I just stepped over that. But yeah, I went to the UK recently, which was really cool. And I want to go back to the UK. I like the UK a lot. But I want to go to France.
You know, France. What in particular about France interests you?
I just hear a lot about the aesthetic, like just being around just seeing certain things because certain pieces of art were created there, and just the inspiration from it.
So, do you like art as a whole? Because I know you said you like music, and now you're mentioning art. Do you like just the artistic aspect of life?
I like I like art in the sense of like I respect it a lot because I can't do it. You know, I can't draw a straight line, so like I'm really fascinated by art, like historically, just like the origin of things and like humanities. Like I'm a really big humanities buff. Like I'm really into all of it.
Is there a particular artist that you're like really fond of?
Um, I like George Condor. He's the one who did the cover, the album cover for My Beautiful Dark and Twisted Fantasy. I like his stuff, and yeah, that's pretty much it.
I've seen that cover. That's kind of like abstract. So you kind of enter like an abstract type of art.
I don't know if that's just abstract or just twisted. Like he's really just twisted, you know. So I don't know. I just like different things. It's like what I couldn't tell you what made him see that. You know, it's like music. There's almost a direct correlation between like the way people see the world and like the music they make, and it's not always that direct in art. It's a little bit more fascinating, you know.
So, do you have any favorite musical artists?
I try not to keep favorites, but I like Jay-Z a lot. I like Kanye a lot, and I like Mr. Hudson a lot. He was one of the guys that did a lot of the production work on Kanye stuff, and Mike Dean, he's like my favorite producer.
So why don't you like to have favorites?
I don't like to have favorites. Like having favorites is like making someone like an exception. You know, it's like saying that like I don't know. Like it's like for example, Kanye's probably my favorite artist, but if I just like held him at a favorite, I wouldn't be able to like critique his music and be like that's good and that's not.
So you're saying you wouldn't be able to look at him objectively
Yeah.
because you'd be showing too much favoritism.
I try to look at things objectively, like taste wise.
That's fair.
You know?
I think that's
Yeah.
fair. So, let's see. Do you have any other hobbies? Like, I know you said you like music. Is there anything outside of that that you really enjoy doing in your free time?
I like tweet a lot, but that's like work too. But so yeah, outside of those.
Tweet like Twitter?
Yeah.
So you like social media a lot?
Yeah, I'm a social media head. That's like where I got like the job from.
Through Twitter, you were able to get your
from
job.
like curating content and just being at the right place in the right time and just figuring it out. Social media as a whole, like I remember when Pacquiao got knocked out and that the whole video that started it all, it was posted by me and my friends, and we got 500,000 views in 20 hours, something like that. And that's when I first learned about the value of marketing and what you can do. I remember I was sitting in a car with my best friend, and we were driving to Atlanta overnight, and I was just looking. I kept looking at my phone to look at my Google account because I do ads. And with that video, I made over $1,000 in 20 hours. So.
Wow. I've heard stories of people being able to do things like that, but I've never met anyone.
So that's how I figured out the value of the internet and the value of marketing. And so I just got really into it. Now I'm addicted to it. So I'm just always online.
So tell me about your family. Do you have any siblings?
Yes, I'm the youngest of 4. I've got 3 sisters, Terry, Taylor, and Tori. And yes, my parents are that corny. Yeah, all of our names are TDT.
Do your parents' names start with a T?
Yeah, Thomas and Teresa.
Wow. Did you have like family pets with T's too?
No. Well, okay, my dog's name is Trill. So never mind. Yeah, I never thought about that.
Is this something you think is cool? Like, is that something you'd want to continue? Like,
absolutely not. I'm probably gonna name my son after my dad because I was supposed to be named after my dad and I wasn't. But aside from that, I have no desire to continue a tradition, none at all.
So since you do have a big family, is that something you do want? Do you want a big family or a small family?
I guess. I mean, I've already got a bigger family because I've got 2 nieces and 2 nephews already. So and 1 on the way. So I've got a huge family already.
So like, do you want kids at all, or?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to happen at the right time, but I definitely want kids.
so you want kids in the future, so you want to go ahead and start a family. What else do you see in your future?
That's a good question. I want to eventually have my own marketing firm. I just want to build my brand up to where I can do what I want with it. You know, companies, labels, whatever. Back then, they were the only way to build your brand. And now, you know, with the internet, we can build our own. You are what you say it is. A product is what you say it is. You know, they always used to say, like, you know, a product is what we tell people it is, but now social media it's completely different. So I just want to build my own brand, continue to put out my own content, and yeah, keep growing as a person.
And you think you want to do that here in Florida, or you think you're probably going to branch out?
I don't know. I'll probably be somewhere else, but I don't hate Tampa. It's not a bad place.
Well, this was really good. I learned a lot, and I'm so grateful that you did this. Thank you so much.
No problem.